Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel we upload very interesting and knowledgeable videos which will definitely boost your English listening, reading, and speaking skills. So friend, today's topic is, a woman who is deeply in love is crushed when her fiancé breaks up with her. Emily had always believed in fairy tales. From a young age, she dreamed of meeting her Prince Charming and living happily ever after. Her belief was reinforced when she met David during her sophomore year at university. He was charming, intelligent, and shared her enthusiasm for literature and travel. They quickly became inseparable, their relationship blossoming with each passing day. Their love story seemed perfect to everyone who knew them. They traveled to exotic places, shared their dreams, and supported each other through thick and thin. Their bond was the kind that inspired envy and admiration in equal measure. Emily was convinced that she had found her soulmate, the one person she was destined to spend the rest of her life with. After 3 years of dating, David proposed during a trip to Paris, the city of love. It was a magical evening by the Seine River, with the Eiffel Tower twinkling in the background. David got down on one knee, presenting a beautiful diamond ring. Tears of joy streamed down Emily's face as she accepted his proposal. It was a moment she had dreamed of, a memory she thought would last a lifetime. Their engagement period was filled with plans and excitement. They were to marry in the fall in a quaint countryside chapel surrounded by family and friends. Emily spent her days in a whirl of wedding preparations, picking out the perfect dress, selecting flowers, and organizing every detail to perfection. David, always supportive, reassured her whenever she felt overwhelmed. However, as the wedding day approached, Emily noticed a change in David. He became distant, often distracted and preoccupied. At first, she dismissed it as stress from his demanding job. But the signs were too clear to ignore. Their conversations became superficial, and his reassurances felt hollow. The warmth and affection that once defined their relationship began to fade. Emily tried to address her concerns, but David brushed them off, insisting everything was fine. She clung to the hope that things would improve after the wedding. She told herself that every couple faced challenges, and that they would overcome this rough patch together. She was determined to hold on to the dream they had built. One evening, just 2 months before the wedding, David asked to meet at their favorite cafe. Emily's heart sank as she saw the somber expression on his face. She sensed that something was terribly wrong. As they sat down, David took her hand and, with a heavy sigh, began to speak. He confessed that he had been struggling with doubts and uncertainty about their relationship. He admitted that he was no longer sure if he wanted to marry her, and the weight of the decision had been tearing him apart. Emily listened in stunned silence, her world crumbling around her with every word he uttered. David explained that he needed time to figure things out and that he couldn't go through with the wedding. He suggested they take a break to reassess their relationship. Emily was devastated. The man she loved, the one she thought she would spend her life with, was breaking her heart in the most unexpected way. As David walked away, Emily felt a wave of despair wash over her. She couldn't comprehend how their perfect love story had come to this. She returned home, her heart heavy with sorrow, and cried herself to sleep, her dreams shattered. The following days were a blur of pain and confusion. Emily felt lost and betrayed, unable to understand how everything had fallen apart so quickly. She withdrew from her friends and family, unable to face their pity or questions. The wedding, which had been the center of her world, was now a painful reminder of her broken dreams. Emily spent hours replaying their last conversation, trying to find a reason for David's change of heart. She questioned herself, wondering if she had done something wrong or if there were signs she had missed. The uncertainty gnawed at her, deepening her sorrow. Desperate for answers, Emily decided to confront David. She needed closure, something to help her make sense of the chaos. She called him, and they agreed to meet. The meeting was tense, filled with awkward silences and guarded words. David reiterated his need for space, but he couldn't provide the clarity Emily sought. Emily returned home feeling more lost than ever. She realized that closure might never come from David. She had to find a way to heal on her own, to rebuild her life from the fragments of her broken heart. Emily began to seek solace in the things she once loved. She reconnected with old friends, started reading again, and threw herself into her work. She began journaling her thoughts and emotions, hoping that putting them on paper would help her process the pain. Despite her efforts, there were days when the pain was unbearable. She would find herself crying without warning, the weight of her grief too heavy to bear. But slowly, the days began to brighten. She started to find moments of joy and peace amidst the sorrow. In her journey to heal, Emily discovered new passions. She joined a yoga class, finding comfort in the practice's calm and focus. She began volunteering at a local animal shelter, finding solace in the unconditional love of the animals she cared for. These activities helped her rebuild her sense of self and purpose. Emily also sought therapy, recognizing that she needed professional help to navigate her emotions. Her therapist provided a safe space for her to express her feelings and guided her through the healing process. Through therapy, she learned to accept her pain and work through it, rather than letting it consume her. Throughout her journey, Emily was supported by her friends and family. They stood by her side, offering comfort and encouragement. Their unwavering support was a beacon of hope in her darkest moments. Slowly, she began to let them in, realizing that she didn't have to face her pain alone. Her best friend, Sarah, was especially instrumental in her healing. Sarah had been there since their university days, and her presence was a constant reminder of the love and friendship that still existed in Emily's life. Together, they made new memories, filling the void left by David's absence. As months passed, Emily started to see her breakup not just as an end, but as a beginning. She realized that her identity was not tied to her relationship with David. She began to embrace her independence, exploring new opportunities and challenges. She signed up for a solo trip to Italy, a country she had always wanted to visit. The trip was transformative. Emily found herself enchanted by the beauty and culture of Italy. She met new people, experienced new adventures, and rediscovered her love for travel. The experience reminded her that there was a world beyond her pain, filled with possibilities. During her healing journey, Emily also grappled with the concept of forgiveness. She realized that holding on to anger and resentment towards David only prolonged her suffering. Through therapy and introspection, she began to understand the importance of letting go. Forgiveness didn't mean forgetting or excusing the pain he caused. It was about freeing herself from the burden of anger. Emily decided to write a letter to David, not to send, but to express her feelings. In the letter, she acknowledged her pain, but also expressed her desire to move forward without bitterness. Emily's act of forgiveness was a turning point. She felt a sense of peace she hadn't experienced since the breakup. She realized that she had grown stronger and wiser through her suffering. Her heart, though scarred, was healing. She continued to build her life, focusing on her passions and relationships. She pursued her career with renewed vigor, finding satisfaction and success. She also nurtured her friendships, deepening the bonds with the people who had supported her. A year after the breakup, Emily felt ready to open her heart again. She started dating, not with the desperation of someone seeking to fill a void, but with the confidence of a woman who knew her worth. She met new people and allowed herself to enjoy the excitement of new connections. Through these experiences, Emily learned to trust herself and others again. She realized that love was not just about finding the right person, but also about being the right person. She was proud of the person she had become and the journey she had undertaken. One sunny afternoon, Emily met Alex at a local art gallery. He was kind, attentive, and shared her love for art and travel. Their connection was immediate and genuine. As they spent more time together, Emily found herself opening up to him, sharing her past and her dreams. Alex was understanding and supportive. He respected her journey and appreciated the strength she had gained from it. Their relationship blossomed naturally, built on mutual respect and shared interests. Emily's relationship with Alex was different from what she had with David. It was grounded in mutual growth and understanding. They encouraged each other to pursue their passions and dreams. Emily felt a sense of security and contentment she hadn't known before. As their bond deepened, Emily realized that she had found love again. It was a love that was built on a foundation of self-awareness and mutual respect. She was no longer the same person who had been crushed by her fiancé's betrayal. She had emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to embrace the future. Looking back, Emily recognized that her breakup with David had been a pivotal moment in her life.